It is enlightenment for the soul, the mind, the ear. WSMESM, Enlightenment Radio. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to the Spotlight. Usually comes at you every Sunday right here on WSMESM Enlightenment Radio, where we give you the feel good radio at its finest. Okay, on tonight's episode of the Spotlight, we are going to be welcoming back some guests that have been on the program before, as we were just recently, as a matter of fact, as we were talking about the National Black Poetry Day that was back on October 17th. Well, the same organizers for that event are back with yet another event that is going to be showcasing some of the greatest, the best poets in the area. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring in our friends Gwen Michelle from Poetic Circle Movement, and also Brother Warrior from Poems Boston. So good evening and welcome, folks. What's good? How are you?
Peace and love.
What's going on, brother? Good to see you again, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you too. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure to have you on. And hey, you know, we got another great event happening that folks need to hear about. All right. And yeah, I just want to get into it a little bit more. Now, this event that's happening, as it is called, the Art of Poetry. All right. And this is happening this Thursday. All right, November 14th at the National Black Dial Museum, which is located in the Emerald Square Mall in Attleboro, Massachusetts. Now, is this the first of its kind of an event, or?
Yes.
Awesome.
First show. It's going to be a series. Obviously, they'll be there every month at the National Black Dial Museum of History and Culture. Super excited about collaborating with this venue and being present with artists and poets. So the idea is it's going to be a showcase of artists, visual painters, people who draw, all type of creative art genres, and obviously some really great poets as well. We're going to bring in from different parts of the city and be able to.
Awesome. And I understand. So it's poets. It's the musicians as well.
There'll be a lot. Yep, always a live band at our shows. That's kind of the staple for the collaboration between Poems Boston and Poetic Circle Movement. Loving to collaborate the poets with the live band, the artistry with the live band, and just want to support and promote musicians as well, right? They're such a part of what we do.
You know, yeah, because it's definitely something that's needed. You know, and you know, it falls right in alignment with what it is that we were also promoting it right here. WSME is you know, to start having some tastemakers events, you know, that can showcase a lot of the local artists that are, you know, particularly like pushing music out there and getting them connected with the DJs and also, you know, the local radio people and everybody else, you know what I mean, to really create a market, you know, because that's what it is, you know what I'm saying, especially in the artist community, you know what I mean. We need, you know, a collective in order to get things happening, you know, and it's, you know, it's happening like that in a lot of other regions, you know what I'm saying. It's like all of us up here, you know, have to work to also have our stuff in place, you know. So yeah. So then now there are for this Thursday, I understand there are a number of artists that are going to be coming on out.
Yep, on the flyer. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So tell me about some of the artists, and I know we have one of them with us that we're going to be bringing in just a moment. But who are some of the other artists that we have here?
I'm going to let Warrior introduce a couple of the artists that he knows very well, but one of them is his sister. So definitely showcase her. She's an amazing poet and international speaking, very speaking on different platforms and talking about some topics that we all need to hear about. But Warrior, introduce her and what she does because she's absolutely amazing. She,
Absolutely. Richard the Traveler is a great poet from Boston. This sister, I always like to say she's somehow she's some kind of affectionately I say she's some kind of agent because she always disappears and ends up in some exotic place like London or wherever she may be.
you you're right.
Will be,
Okay, there we go. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah, what you
but
could
she
do.
will be.
Yeah, what you could
Someone was
do.
called.
Yeah, hold on for a second. What you could do is just go back and just repeat that sentence that you were
Yeah,
saying, and I'll just edit it.
yeah.
So basically, Horisha the Traveler, she travels a lot, and she's always gone. She's either in London. As a matter of fact, she has a show coming up in London. She's going to be performing in London, and we have the pleasure of having her come in on Thursday at the museum, the National Black Doll Museum, and doing the art of poetry with us. So I'm very very excited. Also, we have the brother King Chaos, who's actually going to be coming through. He raps and sings and produces his own music. He's going to be doing some of his original music as well. So I'm very very excited. I'm very very excited to have them both come in.
I was actually speaking about your sister, True Queen.
Oh, True Queen, I forgot. Oh, you know what? True Queen is an amazing internationally respected artist. She's won multiple slams. She is amazing. I even forgot about it. I feel bad. She gonna cuss me out. I hope she's not listening. But in but in any case, I was going back and forth. We have a thread, so we have a thread of poets in Poems Boston and in Boston, and we're very very friendly with each other. So we have a thread. We go back and forth, and they call me OG poet, and so I just proposed this event. OGs versus the youngins in a slam, and
Uh-oh.
yeah, it was it's kind of crazy. It's something brand new that I just popped in because like we were going back and forth at each other, and she was calling me all you old heads and all this other stuff.
Hmm.
It's just a little affectionate thing that we do. So I propose that we go against them youngins and see and let them see what it's like to get whooped by your granddad.
And it's an awesome way to bring the generations together. You know what I mean? Which is something that we always need. If we could bring the generations together, through uh, art. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing because I mean, that's what we need. The young ones need to listen to the older ones, and the old ones need to listen to the younger ones. You know what I mean? It just makes us better as a people.
And that's what we plan to do with this show as well, Doc P. Glad you actually said that. It's
Yeah.
to bring some of that young life into the space. And we've actually single handedly kind of reached out to some of our, I'll say, seasoned, right? People who are who love the art too, love poetry, love music. And so we can have a collective of ages and whole families, right, in the space for this event. So that's the goal. It's all ages welcome, but the idea is we are working very hard and diligent to get the young and the old in the room because I think it's so, so important to experience that together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the other mention is the one that you're going to bring in that you have backstage is Jay Everlasting, Jamel J from Rhode Island, Providence, hip hop. Well, his music, he labels it hip hop alternative. I'll let him tell you. But
Yeah, let's let him tell
um,
us. All right, let's
wait,
bring the brother in. Jay
Hey,
Everlasting.
how's it going?
All right, all right.
What's going on tonight?
It's going great, man. We are blessed. We are blessed. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to the spotlight. Uh Jay Everlasting. So I understand that you are going to be performing this Thursday. Uh
Yes, absolutely.
the art of poetry. So talk to us about your artistry and what it is that you do.
Oh, so yeah, like Gwen said, I do hip hop alternative. I would consider it that. Um, I do hip hop like mixed with some different genres. So I have some songs that have some rock influence in there, have some poetry influences in there, have some electronic influences in there. So that's like ultimately the kind of music I like to make. But with the focus on hip hop, for sure, hip hop rap for sure. But I do like including different elements and different genres in there.
Nice, nice. So I mean, would you so you do a lot of different types of genres. You bounce around. So primarily would you consider yourself as a hip hop artist, or would you say that you are like what would you label yourself, consider yourself as?
I would definitely say hip hop artist. I mean, but
Mhm.
like I said, I like to like with the project I'm working on now. There might be a song or two that's like a influence of rock in there, or poetry or electronic. There might be a song or two on the project that's like that. The song I'm doing Thursday is Top of the Podium, and I've been working on that for some time. But it's just a classic hip hop track. It's just hip hop as it gets, conscious, straight to the point,
Yes.
hip hop. But there's other songs that I got, like I put on a song when I was Jamel J, and that song's Oblivion, and it's complete rock. It's rap mixed with rock. But just more so, like what I'm working on now is, I always try to include those elements in there. Same thing with like the messaging and my putting my music. I always try to put like the candy in the medicine. So I do the same thing with, the kind of artistry I do. I kind of like to put a little bit of those different influences from different genres into the hip hop.
That
So
sounds
for sure.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. I definitely want you to, send over, some of the stuff that you're working with, that you're pushing right now. I definitely like to hear that. And I love it that you say that. Yeah, you're a hip hop artist, and you can go all these places. You know,
Right.
genre wise. But it's always been my belief that hip hop um is is encompasses all genres, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, because it is the backbone of all that there is musically, you know what I'm saying. It's rhythm and voice. That's the foundation of it. So
Absolutely.
and that's the reason why, as long as you have that, and that's the foundation of all the music that we listen to, that our ancestors invented so many centuries before,
That's a fact.
that we brought over here, was rhythm and voice, you know what I'm saying. And that's always what hip hop is. And that's the reason why a hip hop song could be a rock or a blast or blues or
Or
jazz, or
jazz, yeah,
yeah,
jazz.
yeah, it could be any of those things, because it is the foundation of all that there is musically, you know what I mean. So you
I
know
think I started rebelling one day when I was creating. I was like working on hip hop, and obviously I love it. That's my favorite thing to do. But I started rebelling. I'm like, let me do some. I had a song with Well Wishes. It kind of got like some jazz influence. It's just like, let me
yeah,
switch it up a little bit and throw some different genres in there. So, but yeah, definitely.
it's
You can
all
take it
hip
any
hop.
direction when you do, you know, hip hop music or rhythm music like that, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. It's all our music, brother. It's all our music. So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
so with this event, this is really exciting. So this is the first of what's going to be a monthly event, right?
yes, every month. And this month, like you said, we're gonna feature those artists that you just mentioned, including Black. And the goal is gonna be to, give these people their shine. Right? We got their each artist have um featured time on the stage. And the goal is going to be to be able to allow the audience and even the people that are part of the museum, right? The museum has its own history and its own story, but to bring people into that space. I mean, Jay Everlasting can express to you how he felt going in there. It's a beautiful place to be, but when it's your first time, for me, I've been going to the museum. It feels like my whole life, but for years, almost 20 years
Yeah.
now, coming
Uh-huh.
in there. But every time I go, I find out something new, right? There's a lesson to be learned. I know you know that, Doc P, from being in there often as well.
Absolutely.
Always new to
Absolutely.
and that's what I want the music and the art to be like, being in that space, bringing artists for the first time, allowing them to experience the museum, but also allowing people to experience their work, these artists' work as well, that are
Yeah.
going to be.
I want to encourage. I really want to encourage the listeners and those who watch you and follow you be to frequent, if they can, the museum. The museum is not only a museum of dolls. It is dolls that represent us. It is dolls that are not and dolls and artifacts that are not often seen or displayed. So I think it's important. Other than the Black History Months and the Juneteenths and all those other celebrations that are so, you know, um, celebrated and have so much fanfare, it's important for us to understand that there is a place, and there are places like this that exist that you can go on any day of the week, and experience your culture. So I would encourage everyone to come out. Tell a friend, bring the babies, bring the grandmas, bring the aunties, whatever the case may be, and see this. Um, it's phenomenal.
And I really agree with you on that because it is a place that um it really does have the spirit of our ancestors there because like you mentioned the artifacts and so forth, and it's a space that it's inspiring creatively. I mean, I came up with a whole character, you know, for my art, just from working there, like now I'm Soul Santa Solomon and I got a Christmas record now, you know what I mean? And it's and before I got involved with the museum, I wasn't thinking of any of that. So I think that that it is a magical space, you know what I'm saying, that is inspiring for artists. And yeah, I would certainly recommend, hey, come on down and get you some. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it could put a real battery in your back, you know.
Now you
So
also have Santa Slide, right?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Santa Slide, that's the record, you know what I mean? And it's right now I'm here doing over 100 drops for radio DJs all over the country. You know what I'm saying? The song is, touching down. I'm getting ads every day. So this Christmas season, it's a reality. Last year around this time, I wasn't even thinking about this,
Yeah. And people
and
are
I
sending
oh
their rendition of the slide because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
which is
yeah,
really
yeah. It's something that we're growing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would definitely recommend the space. You know what I'm saying? So artists of all sorts,
yes.
all genres, whatever it is that you do. You do poetry, you sing, you're a musician, you do visual art, um, all of that. This is the spot for you. All right. This is a once a month networking showcase, that is involving, the artists in the area. So, hey, take advantage of this. This Thursday, November 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. All right, the National Black Doll Museum. Donation is only $15. And how can people contact you? And is there a phone number? Is there? I see Poetic Circles. Uh, is that
An email,
email? Yep. So it's
the phone
Poetic
number.
Circles. T is that studio?
Poetic Circle Studio, yep, at
Yep.
gmail.com. And then we
Uh-huh.
have 888-302 Gwen 4936, basically are the numbers. But yeah, you can contact those ways. And also we're on Eventbrite. The event's on Eventbrite. You can grab your ticket and come out.
Awesome, brother warrior.
You can find us at Poems Boston on Instagram. You can email me at poemsboston@gmail as well. Also, too, I think it's important for us to mention that we have a nonprofit called A Right to Succeed. And A Right to Succeed is a nonprofit we built to empower young Black and brown young men with mentors in various walks of life who will not only help them, you know, at that moment, but they will be able to be positive role models for them throughout their careers, their lives. Someone they can call, someone who will teach them. It's the rite of passage program. So a right to succeed is actually spelled RITE. So a right to succeed, and it's in the tradition, ironically, in the African tradition of the rite of passage, where the elders gave a rite of passage to the young men and just helped them become, men and strong, positive images in the village. So, with that said, I think I want people to know for a long time, for a while, we've been building it and we continue to build it. But I think it's important that we launch it and let people know that a right seed is existing. And
Awesome, awesome. And brother Jay Everlasting,
Yes,
how
sir.
all right, so you're going to be performing this Thursday, and for people that want to get acclimated with your art and your music
Yep.
beforehand, so that they know what to expect. How can people connect with you?
So it's just J Everlasting on everything. JAY Everlasting. Formerly Jamel J. So there's a couple sites I'm switching over. Um, but J Everlasting, you can check it out from there. YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify over to J Everlasting. So everything's coming over to J Everlasting.
Awesome, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, brother, we're definitely going to be checking you out. So, hey, Gwen, Warrior, folks, once again, thank you so much for coming through and blessing us. You know what I mean? And I look forward to next month or next couple of weeks we'll do another one of these. We'll do one each week. Let people know. Each month rather, let people know what it is that's going on. It's the Art of Poetry happening this Thursday, November 14th, the National Black Dial Museum, Emerald Square Mall, Attleboro. All right. And hey, it's all being brought to you by Poetic Circle Movement and Poems Boston Presents. Thanks so much, folks.
Peace out.
all right.
All right. All right. This has been the Spotlight right here on WSME SM Enlightenment Radio, where positivity is everything, baby.
Hey.
Peace.
All right. All right. Great show. Great show.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much.